what it is. This is your boy Eddie Cypher for the Producers Dojo podcast, and welcome back. And today we have a wonderful show. I got some guests in the building. Got my man Jay, aka K.O.C. Lyte Lyfe. You know, he just dropped the album, The Burning Book. It's on all streaming platforms. Make sure you go check it out. And how you doing, brother?
What's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? One for the books. No pun intended.
So, The Burning Book, man, how you come up with that concept?
Like I said, you know, The Burning Book is basically just me putting certain things to rest, letting go of a certain part of my life so I can be able to focus on the future. And just really just trying to, you know what I'm saying, let it be known that those chapters is closed, they're done, it's closed, it's over with. Ash.
Yeah, man.
So just, you know, I know that sounds harsh, but like, you know, a lot of times you have to leave things in the past so you can have growth. And this is the way I know about doing it. It's a mixture between what's old to me, new to everybody tracks, and then some newer tracks that I did recently.
What's up, man? So, now I know you, but the world don't know you. What was your upbringing, man?
Well, I mean, I'm risen from Alabama. Growing up with my father and them from the outskirts of New Orleans. And just basically was a kid who stumbled upon a craft, I say by the age of 11, that didn't know that it would take me to where I'm at now. And that was with my cousin Taz Kalen, who's also head over Hitman Music, also a representative of Lyte Lyfe as well. And like I said, just, you know, sometimes you don't really understand how things go about, because like I said, I didn't intend on rapping. It happened by accident. It was one of them things, a CD happened to fall out. We put the CD in, we wrote to it, did a little song to it. Well, it was funny at first, but then it actually became, you know, something that we could kind of be like, I think I want to keep up with this.
What's up, man? Since we all here, man, we got some other people in the building. Introduce yourself, young man.
My name Dolo. Lyte Lyfe, Jay, family from day one. Known them for a long time. Good man.
The next person, what you got? Fellow Chicagoan.
Yo, King Versatile. You know what I'm saying? Lyte Lyfe. Met Jay, about a year ago? Is that about a year ago? Year and a half?
About a little over a year.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago. We was politicking at lunch. Found out, oh, you rap? Yeah, I rap. You rap? Yeah. It was like, we just started spitting. We was pissed off, but we had to go back in there.
Fucking up the vibes, man. Goddamn breaks. And the boss lady. You got the boss lady in here. Introduce yourself.
Taylor, run Outcast Vinyl Products. Partnered with Jay over at Lyte Lyfe. Helped, you know, create a lot of his apparel products. So that's what I do.
What's up, man? So back to you, Jay. What were some of the artists or musicians you listen to for inspiration?
Well, it all depends on which time you speak on, because you know, well, when you know as well as I do, like in time in your growth, your sound becomes different because you gain more knowledge, more practice on certain things. As an artist, my sound and my influence is different based on who I've grown to like. You know, at first it was all about the hype, the crunkness of the South. Then I learned going into lyricism, as far as like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Hobson, you know, different people like that. Joan Lucas. The list goes on. But you know what I'm saying? I have a mixture of pretty much everything. I'm like a melting pot. Like, you know, with you being from Chicago, I am a huge Twista fan. Like, I'm talking about when he was tongue twister. You know what I'm saying? Like
the lyrical tongue twister,
where you couldn't even hear what he was literally saying, not even a syllable.
Listen to me then.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just I got a lot of influences depending on how I'm feeling. That's how I go about doing music. I never do something pertaining to like one style. I try to mix it up. I've had someone say that don't sound like you on the track. Well, that's generally the idea, because once I get into a mode of what I want to sound like or what I hear myself sounding like, that's what I'm geared towards.
What's up, man? Tell me about like you got any other projects you got coming out or working on?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Eddie Cypher. Now, but for those that don't know, my highly anticipated major project, Abstract, which I was supposed to drop last year, but you know, there's some things that kind of prevented me from being able to do that. So 2024, I can give you my word that Abstract will be coming out this year. It will be one of my, it's not my first project, but this is going to be a major project. Like, I'm expecting this to be like a DJ Khaled album. As soon as you turn on each track, it's going to be a hit after hit after hit. Cause I got some stuff coming. I got a lot of joints with my cousin Taz Kayla. I got some others with some heavy hitters in the Savannah area. I got a lot of joints that's produced by the famous Eddie Cypher, Lyte Lyfe, Hitman Music Representative, Beat Geek Extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I can't wait for that.
And I heard you say you was from New Orleans and stuff like that. Well, Louisiana, not New Orleans. You gonna add some of that flavor to it?
Oh yeah, I got some, and it's produced by Eddie Cypher. It's produced by Eddie Cypher. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna have that. I'm gonna have that go to my roots real quick for my folks back in New Orleans, Slidell area. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring it from the 985 to the 504. I'm gonna bring that Cajun swag, that New Orleans bounce to it. You know what I'm saying? And couldn't have made that happen without Mr. Eddie Cypher. Y'all gonna get tired of me saying that.
I appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it, man, because, you know, I was just a local guy, but hopefully everything changed, you know, when it comes to, you know, getting everything squared away.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Dolo, what you got going on over there, sir?
Man,
Feeling good, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm here.
Other than music, man, what else do you do, man? 'Cause I like to actually know what people do outside of the music hobbies. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just mechanic, really. You know, build cars. However, you know, just hobby-wise, you know, got 2 little girls, so, you know, got to take care of the children.
Yeah.
Try to keep them happy.
I ain't gonna lie, man. They learn how to fix their own cars. They ain't gonna need no, dude.
They ain't gonna call me for nothing. Or
They
no
gonna call you.
man or nothing.
They gonna call you. They gonna call you.
But no, man. You know, just life. Trying to make something out of nothing. One day at a time.
King Versatile.
Yo, what up?
What you got planned for the future, man?
Man, trying to decide if I'm gonna move back to Chicago or not.
Oh no.
If I do stay here, I do plan to open up an event space, and I'm also planning on getting back into some more music, some more active. So that's pretty much the plan. First, got to make a decision with my girl what I'm gonna do, like what we gonna do together. I stay down here though. It's definitely gonna be business, music, and during the day, during the week, I'm a teacher, so I wear a lot of hats.
Acting, man. That's some big shit, man.
Yeah, I've been acting. Started in 2018. Been in 2 plays. I've been an extra in Chicago Fire, Med, PD, Beats, Lovecraft, The Shy.
Wait, hold up.
A couple of them.
Back up. He was in the shop?
Yeah, there's if you look up, you can actually find it on YouTube. It was I forgot the licensed character's name, but we were at Sonny's and he was walking past me. I was just an extra, so I know you don't get no lines when you're an extra, but
Yeah, we might have
you
looked
see
that up.
my face clear.
wanna
And
see
so
that.
he was walking by, and like I was eating like a little small bowl of greens, and he walked by and like, you want some hot sauce on them? Yeah. So he took the hot sauce on it, but
Did you have to eat it?
I mean, I wish I could have. I ain't gonna lie, it's still good. So yeah, man, I done met people like Courtney B. Vance. I got to have like about a 45-minute or so conversation with Courtney B. Vance, who was Angela Bassett's husband. Met Anthony Anderson. I met I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Our guy who played in Creed. I'm not gonna be doing him.
Jonathan Majors?
Yeah, Jonathan Majors. I got to meet him.
Yeah, that dude is some heat right now.
Dirk, Dreezy, Anthony Anderson's cool as fuck. It was on the set of Beats.
He look cool.
He cool as shit, man.
But all over there, ain't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Beats was that movie where where the kid had PTSD, right? And he was making beats.
Yeah. So
that was a good movie.
Yeah. So that's it.
Hey, boss lady, she got planned for the year.
So far, got definitely a busy next month. I mean, I've got a real big order for one of the companies out here, one of the military bases. Otherwise, just trying to work on, especially expanding and growing, getting my name out there a little bit more. But keeping with, what I truly enjoy doing with it is the kind of going outside the norm. One of the big things that I've found that some of my customers have enjoyed is the fact that I don't really shy away from too much. Like, I've had a few people reach out. They want something that's kind of a little out there, if you will. They've reached out to other people in the past, who have already kind of built that reputation. They say, no, they're not going to do it because their personal beliefs, and that's also part of the reason why I goes into the name that I came up with for the business of Outcast. Like, I am not your ordinary, I guess, t-shirt or decal maker.
That's a good name.
I have no problem doing those things that most people would say no to. I don't judge, like, hey, you got something that's wild, crazy, wouldn't make sense to the average person, So trying to stick with that, but just trying to keep busy, trying to, again, like I said, get myself out there and build that reputation that I've been working really hard for. And
is there a line you won't cross?
I mean, don't get me wrong, when it comes to, the stereotypical, like, if it has anything to do with something more obviously like negative towards children or that sort of thing, like, if it's something I guess, especially when it comes to a human's health and well-being, maybe not, obviously, but like, as a mom, I don't play around when it comes to things for kids. Like, granted, I'll make sure it's for kids. You want Bluey on a t-shirt, I got you, but, they're on the darker side of things. I don't want to go near that, but and it doesn't obviously apply to just kids. Like, in general, human being, regardless. Like, cool. I'm all about respect, but like, if it could be that dark humor. It could be, that more, I guess, I don't really know the wording for it, but like that bedroom kind of stuff. I don't care. I don't judge. Do you, boo-boo kind of thing. Like, it is what it is. To each his own.
Yeah, right.
Is my thoughts. So.
I got you. Jay, back to you. Whoa, hold on. Before we get back to Jay, we got two new people that came up. Man over here eating a big ass plate.
I'm hungry.
Mr. Dad, introduce yourself, sir.
So I'm Nathan Marshall. I mean, I guess when it comes to work, I can't really throw it out too far, but I'm an aircraft mechanic, A&P license and all that.
What is your relationship with Jay?
With Jay, I'm his next door neighbor. Known each other for, how long would you say? July?
Oh, yeah.
About 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 6 months.
About 6 or 7 months.
It's actually me.
6, 7 months.
Yeah.
True.
But when it comes down to his music, mixtape we just listened to, well, I guess his record would be the correct term for it. I don't know. I'm not all familiar with the whole
Terminology.
Terminology of the music industry. But the tape we listened to, it's a beautiful piece of lows and highs, and on it's just a beautiful flow throughout the whole thing of when it comes down to when you start off with the first song. Obviously, it starts off low and then picks up and builds up, and then it's just the whole album is a song in itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So each song is, let's say, an episode of the whole season. So it's a whole beautiful little masterpiece. So you can expect the lows when it comes down to it, and then you just pick your piece from there. Everybody's got their own taste. Everybody has their own feel. So some people might enjoy the lows. Some people might enjoy the highs. For me personally, I enjoy the whole thing. But again, that's just me.
What you got planned for the year?
What do I have planned for the year?
Yeah. One goal.
One goal?
Yeah.
My goal is not going to be achieved this year because it's going to take at least 2.5 years for me to accomplish. I want to become an engineer. So that's currently what I'm going with.
This one goal can be a step towards that 2 years.
Yeah.
Fair.
I want to be a manufacturing engineer. That's my next goal. So going from an aircraft mechanic, I want to go ahead and step into that engineering role of being able to understand and comprehend what an actual engineer does on their day-to-day basis. So that way, when it comes down to, cool, I finally have a degree, I can go ahead and fill those shoes, and not only fill those shoes, but go ahead and surpass the role that I've been wanting to do. So
some good shit, man.
My thought is, Outcast Vinyl over there, do you do gag gifts? Do you do gags?
I've done plenty of those. One order in particular was, funny enough, between coworkers. More, again, back to that like dark sense of humor aspect that I'm all for. It was a bunch of coffee mugs. It was, the $20 is $20, right? Took an old picture of one of the coworkers and put his picture with, $20 is $20 on coffee mugs, and sent out about 24 of them to the individual that ordered them, and he passed them out to a few of his other coworkers, and he literally actually created a whole freaking like TikTok video of nothing but the pictures of all these coworkers with the mug with homeboy's face on it, and said, hey, $20 is $20, right? And don't get me wrong, there was that little bit of like, oh my God, I hate you kind of concept with it, but like, man still laughed, even put his face on his shirt. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. He laughed. They've got a great relationship to where it didn't like burn bridges. It wasn't like a problem. It was always been a long-standing joke with the two of them, which I thought was really cool. Lord knows, I'll have jokes with some of my friends like that. Lord knows we all do. But
I would say when it comes to that, with me having Lyte Lyfe, one of the biggest things that not just Lyte Lyfe, anybody who has something of their own, a brand or whatever, your name is behind it. Mm-hmm. So it's like you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're promoting for yourself falls in line with what it is that you're branding for yourself. Mm-hmm. So that way, so when it comes to what you said, $20, but at what cost?
Trust me, I feel it. But again, that's where, like, for me, like, the outcast aspect, right? Because, like, growing up, I was always, like, the outcast of my family, my friends, like, people around me. I stood out like a sore thumb. I didn't quite fit in. You know what? I'm going to embrace that, finally, is what I eventually reached. So it's like, let's take that next level. So too many people are afraid to, like, I can't say show their true colors, but like it's hard to find people that'll do things like, you know, those coffee mugs that I told you about. Hey, listen, I can appreciate a good gag gift kind of concept. But that's where the Outcast comes in. I'm not like your normal t-shirt or coffee mug person. You got something off the wall, I got you.
And
Within
you can't
reason.
go within 200 feet of a petting zoo.
Yeah. Basically, there's a few things that I won't do. Yes, but again, like I said before, to each his own. I don't judge, but the Outcast concept is especially just that things like those coffee mugs kind of show what I do. Like, I'm not your normal person. Nobody's normal. What is normal? So, is that don't be afraid to show your true colors. Like, have your sense of humor. Have, you know, your preferences, whatever. Like, just be you.
Don't be shy, huh?
Exactly.
And speaking of shy,
Yeah, the person right next to you. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Cheyenne. I am a gymnastics coach.
Okay.
I met Jay.
How did you get into gymnastics?
So funny enough, in high school I did cheer. And where cheer and gymnastics are completely different, there's a lot of similarities. So there's a lot of background that I had in cheer that I could put into gymnastics, and I was able to pursue that. There's not like a lot of differences, but there's enough to be like, those are two totally different sports. Gymnastics has a lot of different like spots and places that like you have to like go through. So like there's like, it depends on the levels that you're in and stuff. So like there's the floor, there's the beam, bar, vault, and then for males like there's different things that you have to go
It's
through
more
and
individual.
learn. And so like as a gymnastics coach, like I'm always learning every day. You know, whether it be on YouTube or a student comes up to me and asks me about, hey, I want to learn this skill, and I'm like, okay, like let me go do the research on it, and like that kind of stuff. Like we have to learn too.
Yeah.
So it's not just about coaching you, like we are also kind of being coached at the same time. And there's just a lot that goes on, and it's the best thing ever.
How did you meet Jay?
I lived next door to him for a little while. When he moved in over here, we met him and we got to get to know him, and he's a great person, and I enjoy his company and his friendship and all.
y'all, she she's telling the truth if it's being recorded.
She's a paid actor.
Right. Under the table.
No, man, but I'm gonna be real, like, down part of the soul. Man's a good person. He's a great person.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
All the neighbors we've had for the years. Definitely one of the best. One of the most real people we've actually
Yeah, like
met
I love
in a
good
long
people.
time.
Like if you tell me how it is, you tell me how it is, and I
Exactly.
enjoy that. Like it may hurt my feelings, but I
Exactly.
needed that. You know, like those wake up calls, like that realization, all of that. Those are good.
I will give.
Yeah.
He'll straight up and be like,
It might
"What is it?
suck.
What are you
but-
doing?"
There's a
Like-
big difference between being a dick and keeping it real.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Again, that's the best part about, for one, having a best friend is they aren't going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what you need to hear. And that is what keeps you straight in life.
This episode of Producer Dojo podcast is brought to you by The Burning Book from my boy Jay, aka K.O.C. of Lyte Lyfe. Once again, The Burning Book by my homie Jay, aka K.O.C. of Lyte Lyfe. It's on all streaming services right now. Why don't you go download that on iTunes? Why don't you go download that on Spotify and whatever you get your music. The Burning Book from Jay, aka K.O.C. of Lyte Lyfe. Yeah. This episode of Producers Dojo podcast is brought to you by Don't Judge Me, the new EP from Taz Kalen of Hitman Music. Don't judge me, my guy. Taz Kalen, new EP. It's on all streaming services right now as we speak. All streaming services right now. That's Don't Judge Me from Taz Kalen of Hitman Music. Yeah. This episode of Producer Dojo podcast is brought to you by No Free Beats 2 by Cypher. No Free Beats 2 is on all platforms right now. Go stream it. It's an all instrumental album from Cypher of Beat Geeks. No Free Beats 1 is out. Also, No Free Beats 2 is out on all streaming platforms. Go stream it. Go check it out. Get your freestyles ready. Get your bars ready. No Free Beats 2 because they not free by me, Cypher of Beat Geeks. Yeah. This episode of Producer Dojo podcast is brought to you by Outcast Vinyl. Outcast Vinyl. They make custom and pre-made shirts, cups, decals, and more. Message them on Facebook with your design and product requests. That's Outcast Vinyl. OUTCASTVINYL. Outcast Vinyl. That's Outcast Vinyl. Go ahead, get your vinyl up, get your shirts made, get your decals made. Hit them up on Facebook, message them. You know, get you some product, get you some doggone shirts and cups and all that, gag gifts and all that. You know what I mean? That's Outcast Vinyl. Yeah. Yeah, this episode of Producer Dojo podcast is brought to you by Underground Forever. Underground Forever by my guy, Young Jason. Right now, Underground Discoveries is on YouTube right now. Go ahead, check out Young Jason 88. Underground Discoveries 1 is produced by Cypher, Beat Geeks. So it's a Beat Geeks and Underground Forever collaboration. Also be checking out for the second installment, Underground Discoveries 2. We making it right now. We in the process of making that album right now. Also, Music and Money is out on Young Jason's YouTube channel, Young Jason 88. So that's Underground Discoveries, which will be on all platforms soon. But right now, you can check it out on Young Jason 88 YouTube page. Also, Music and Money is out on Young Jason 88 YouTube page. And once again, this episode is brought to you by Underground Forever by my man Young Jason. Yeah.
If I could add a little bit for that, Dolo, we know about that, right?
Which one?
When you try to tell somebody, of course we ain't talking about me or you, but when you try to tell somebody something that they don't want to hear,
Oh yeah.
but then it's for your own good, especially knowing where it's coming from. That's like how we sit all right here, right? If you're sitting here with me right now, you hold a spot within me that I care about. So but what I'm saying is, a lot of times that's like if either one of us have a conversation with each other. If they come to me like, "Hey man, I need to talk to you about something. What you think of this?" I may respond with, "You know what? I see what you're coming from." But and this you having to take and hear that but, you know what I'm saying, to really feel like, okay, so yeah, that was a hard pill to swallow, but at the same time, it's like,
I see what you're getting at, though.
right, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, especially you got to know where it's coming from. If it's some random out the street, yeah, I probably won't listen to you. But if somebody, like, you know what I'm saying, somebody here, it's a thing where, okay, I need to take in consideration, because as much as we like to laugh and joke, when it's time to be serious, we're like, okay, yeah, he's not playing right now. Let me hit this brother out real quick, because he might be, you know what I'm saying, telling me something that is fruitful, you know what I'm saying, fruit for thought, you know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they don't take heed to that. And generally speaking, if it's somebody close to you that's coming to you with some stuff like that, even if you don't agree with it, at least take the time to listen, because these are people who care about you and want to see you succeed. So, or not even succeed, you not to make a dumb mistake that could cost you a lot in the long run.
When you think about it, everybody's gone through different trials and tribulations, and sometimes getting that feedback from a party that maybe isn't going through exactly what you've been through, but they've been through a similar situation, and seeing how they handle it and their outcome, it gives you that feedback that you can kind of build off of, which is nice to have.
Not even only that, but it's always nice having that outward appearance of cool, having somebody else looking into your box and being like, "Hey, look, bro, I've already been down this path, and let me tell you, this is what I did.
It does or doesn't
and
end
it didn't go good."
Yep.
Or on the flip side, "Hey, this is what I did, and it went perfect. It went exactly as I planned it." But again, as everybody already knows, plan the work the plan. But at the same time, plans don't always work as you want it to. So, you know, it's always nice having that.
Bars.
This is exactly what I'm talking to my students about.
It's always nice having that outward appearance. And on top of that, it's always good, you know, maybe you're not even, maybe you're more like, let's say, I mean, me, myself, right? I'm an aggressive person, right? So maybe you have somebody else that is more, I'm not going to say docile or passive, but somebody is more resonant, right? And they are your grounding rod. per se, right?
Yeah.
So it's always nice
Somebody pull you close
having,
up.
exactly. It's always nice having somebody that, you know, isn't in the same mind state that you are, that will ground you and being like, hey, look, bro, or, you know,
Do or don't
not gonna
do
throw
it.
it all out here, but like, bro, female, hey, dog, look, this isn't the route you should go on. Like, I understand. This is how you feel. This is the mental state that you're in. You know, this is, you know, as Outcast Vinyl said over there, this is the trials and tribulations I went through. This is how it went for me. Now, granted, obviously, every outcome is different. So it might work, it might not. But at the same time, would you rather go down the same path you're already going, or would you rather flip the script and try something different and look out past your little box and maybe get an outcome that's better off for you in the long run?
And having that you know, saying that outlet of another source to be able to give you that.
Avoid that definition of insanity.
What was it that Abraham Lincoln said? You know, you know, being a preacher, or not a preacher, but you know, being a psychic has never worked out for me. So
Yeah.
Jay, where you get Lyte Lyfe from?
Lyte Lyfe, first how it came about was me being able to have something of my own. There's been times where the group that I was in before, I don't know if they knew this or not, but sometimes I felt like I was in the shadows. Like sometimes I felt like I was in the background, and I felt like I had no identity. So I wanted to create something that I had an identity for, that I could call my own. And Lyte Lyfe, I got from listening to a segment that Steve Harvey said in the morning. I used to listen to him when I went PT and when I was in the Army. And one of the things he said was what basically speaking on your gift and what your gift represents, what the definition of that is like the one thing you do with the least amount of effort. So, of course, you know, in our culture, when we say something is easy, something or whatever, what we say, oh, that's light. Yeah, that's light. So,
That's light work.
So when you incorporate something of that, you know, of that formula into a lifestyle, then that's where that comes from, Lyte Lyfe. So you're creating a lifestyle to be able to showcase what is your gift, the one thing you do with the least amount of effort. So that's where Lyte Lyfe came from.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, about to wrap it up, man, but I got one last question for the neighbors. King Cup. Now, I played this game the first time I came over here. I think Jay's birthday. Got fucked up.
you're welcome.
Got fucked up. Never knew what the game was. But it's a fun as fuck drinking game. Can y'all explain what King Cup is? Don't nobody know what King Cup is.
Oh, that one's pretty easy to.
You know, if you can keep it to.
Yep.
Before Outcast Vinyl speaks, because she could explain it way better than I can. If you want to get fucked up, or you want to fuck somebody up really quick, and I mean really quick, it's a 52 card deck, obviously around a cup, and each card means a different thing. And then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and pass that on to Outcast Vinyl, because she can explain the cards way better than I can.
So much like he said, each card has a different meaning. So you got, aces are considered waterfall, right? So let's kind of like set the scene, I guess. So you got your cup in the middle of the table. It's empty. And you take all the cards in the deck and you put them in a circle, overlapping, making like a donut shape, if you will, right? Around said cup. Everybody goes, you go around, you each pull a card. And let's say, you pull an ace. It's called waterfall. Well, if you pulled that ace, hey, guess what? You got your drink, right? And now it's the drinking game. It's usually an alcoholic drink. It could be whatever you choose. And that's where it really will kind of mess you up, right? You could have somebody drinking just, straight beer, whatever they choose. You can have somebody they got some mixed drink with hard liquor in it.
Mm.
Well, you pick up that drink, and the person that pulled, they got to start drinking. Well, here's the thing. You got that rotation. It's usually like that clockwise rotation around the table. Whoever drew the card, they start sipping, and they drink, and they drink. When they finally stop drinking, the person that would come after them then gets to stop. But it's down to the person after the person pulled the card stops, that the person after that like second stops, and so on and so forth, until you get around the table. So you got ace. 2 doesn't really mean much. 3, whatever. A few of the like I guess key cards that pop up the most fun would be the queen. You pull a queen, it's questions, right? The rule is when you go around the circle on the table, you have to ask a question and then answer the question with a question. So, I feel like, for example, if we were to do it right now, hey, how was your day?
My day was okay. How was your day?
Where would you get your glasses?
But as soon as you mess up and you don't so you're supposed to answer every question with a question, but you don't answer with a question, you answer with like a statement or just random, just simple sentence in general. Hey, you got to take a drink now of whatever it is you're sipping on. And then, so you got questions. There's the king, for example. At that point, if you pull a king, hey, guess what? That empty cup in the middle of the table, whatever it is you're drinking. Now, again, like I said, you could be drinking a beer, but everybody else at the table might be drinking, let's say, Jack and Coke, rum and Coke, vodka, cranberry. It don't matter. Hey, to each his own. You pour a little bit in that cup. Well, here's the thing. Every deck of cards, there's only 4 kings. The first 3 kings are pouring a drink into that empty cup.
Here's the thing she forgot to say. If you pull a king, you can dump as little of your drink as you want in there or as much as you want.
Fact.
You can fill that cup and then everyone else can just dump a little bit. You can pour as much as you want.
But and much like you said, you got your choice of how much you pour in, but how much you pour in, you got to also bear in mind, you could pull that 4th king. That 4th king is the one you don't want to get. Because that 4th king, hey, guess what? That's the last one. That cup in the middle, that's all yours, honey. You enjoy it no matter what's mixed in.
Well, y'all, we on this Producer Dojo. I want to say one thing, and then I want to say something else right behind that before we get up out of here.
2 things.
First thing, I want to thank everybody who show love for the Burning Book album. I was overwhelmed with the amount of support that I got. I'm very humble. I'm very thankful and grateful for everybody who has showed an interest in the album, who got something out of it. Where if it touched you, know what I'm saying? Thank you for actually listening to what was coming from my mind, my heart, my soul. You know what I'm saying? Because when I do this music thing, I really put my heart into it and I put my all into it. So I thank y'all for that. But we can't forget about my brother. Yeah, I'm taking over right now. My brother Eddie Cypher just had a producer beat album who just dropped yesterday called No Free Beats under the brand of Beat Geeks. So shout out to my brother, man.
Appreciate it. That is right. No Free Beats 2 is out on all streaming platforms.
So here's where the producer edition Jay's segment turns into play. So now we got to turn it on the host. So when it comes down to these beats, I also seen on the cover it said MPC. So I'm assuming that all these beats that's on here was made off of the MPC drum machine, correct?
Sure is, because I was on FL Studio for years, and then when I transferred to the MPC, because I wanted to be more hands-on. Like clicking, is cool, but being hands-on to me it felt like it's more, impactful.
Yeah.
And I just realized, man, that I made like 50-some beats for, on the MPC starting off. And usually I took like the last few, because by then, shit, I was I was trained with it a little bit way more than I started. But yeah, all of them man's made from the NPC.
Okay. So let's get a little your background for the people who don't know. How long have you been doing producing?
Been doing producing, man, for some years, man. You know, I'm an old head, so I started off doing pop tapes. You play a CD, you record it, stop it, rewind it, play it again, record it again. So I used to do those. My mama's stereo, she used to hate that shit.
That was.
And then whenever I started like finding instrumentals, I think the one that came out was the Chronic 2001. The instrumentals. When I got that, it was a rap. It was a rap. And I always wanted to make beats. And then I ain't really started making like beats and stuff until I got out of the military. But when I was in the military, I seen somebody working with Fruity Loops. And I thought it was stupid because it looked childish. At the same time, I didn't know that was the early versions of it. Yeah. So it would have looked childish, But I went to Chicago, where I'm from and shit, and tried to go back. Chi-town. Tried to live, and I brought the music to my cousins, and they was rappers, and I was the producer. So we came up with a group, CTC, Cut the Check Crazy, and I was their producer. But they was on some stuff like whatever program I'm using to make beats it. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? The beats was fine, but that program wasn't it. So after I left on some personal shit because I actually got kicked out. My grandma's crib. Me and my family and shit was there.
How you get kicked out?
Hey man, me and my family was staying in the attic, so you know how grandma's is. You know how grandma's is. Like she ain't watching the babies, she ain't babysitting, none of that. So I had to make it do what it do. Plus Chicago at the time, man, was a little wild. So the crazy thing about it, man, the night that I left Chicago, like, it still kind of hurt me to this day. Me and my cousins had an audition for good music.
No
good music?
Yeah.
Get on those music.
That night, I was on the Greyhound coming back stage.
Hold up. Let's pause. Back up. For those that don't know, tell them what is good music.
Good music is at the time it was Kanye West's label. We only did like a few songs, and my cousin set it up to where we can get like an audition to, be with them people, like show them what we got. And
which is consists of Common, John Legend,
Kanye,
Pusha T, Kanye,
Big
Sean.
Was Kid Cudi on there at that time?
Yeah, Kid Cudi. Mm-hmm. It was a huge deal coming
good
from
music was really
coming from Chicago. It was a big deal, but I chose to pretty much go with my family, man. So that night we had the audition. I'm on a Greyhound with my kids and my wife and shit, and they blowing on my phone like, "Yo, where you at?" Like, Grandma told me, "Y'all, you left." Like, say it ain't so. So I felt like that was an opportunity. Yeah. But at the same time, to see my kids grow up, graduate, no drugs, no jail,
that's what's up.
No bullet wounds. You know what I'm saying? No, none of that, man. Yeah. Like I just told my son this story last week, and my ending words was, "Man, fuck Kanye." You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all safe. You rich. Fuck that nigga. So, that's that, man. But when I came back, being in that mode, that pretty much put me in the mindset of like, I gotta catch up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm seeing my cousins taking pictures with famous people and shit, and it's like, yo, y'all living my dream. I feel kind of bitter. Because I introduced y'all to the shit, and here y'all is, and I'm down here raising kids and shit. Like, I felt the type of way, but in hindsight, looking at it now, it's like, yeah, fuck that shit.
You where you supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But when I came back, I got on Fruity Loops heavy. Like, I downloaded all the motherfuckers. Yeah. It was like 8 of them. I downloaded every last one of them.
Figure out which one best.
Exactly. Figure out which one the best and see what I can work with. Just fell in love with it, and ever since then, I've been working with it. So that was, I would say, 2009, all the way up until last year or year before last. I was just working on one program.
Found one, huh?
So here I am now, man. Producing for,
You know what I'm saying?
bunch of people.
Producing for my boy, my cousin. You know what I'm saying? My brother.
Yeah, Taz
Kalen.
got a few of my joints, man.
You know what I'm saying? Going crazy with it. He ain't stopped. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna let him know too much, but you know, me and Mr. Lyte Lyfe got some things in the works. You know what I'm saying? For the Abstract album, you know, I had to go grab my Kanye. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got a lot of things popping, you know what I'm saying? With Burning Book, got No Free Beats 2 out on all platforms, y'all. And that's No Free Beats under Eddie Cypher. That's Eddie, Cypher.
Yeah.
And then you got your boy Jay, aka K.O.C. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, just, you know, this was an episode where it's about knowing what's to come.
We in Castle right now.
Putting things behind y'all funny. Putting things behind us that, you know, that once was, and focus on what's the future, especially going into this new year. I hate to sound kind of corny, but when it comes to it, like new year, new me, no, I wouldn't say new year, new me. A new year, better me. Because you always want to be better than you was before. So
Can't live life looking in the rearview mirror.
Exactly. So with everybody here with Beat Geeks, Hitman Music, Lyte Lyfe, Outkast, you know what I'm saying?
Outkast Vinyl.
You know what I'm saying? King Versatile, Dolo, Nathan, you know what I'm saying?
The engineer.
Not science engineer, the regular engineer, the one that makes the big bucks.
Working on avionics and yeah.
So I mean, I think the most important thing is that, you know, that we all know what it is to come for all us in the future. You know what I'm saying? Me with my music, you with your beats. Outkast Vinyl with her projects, Nathan with, you know, him continue to be the best engineer he possibly can. And everybody, whatever they're doing, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, keep going. You know what I'm saying? This album release, it really showed me a lot, that I do have a responsibility in what I do with my craft as far as touching people in ways that, you know, I never knew I could. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say that, and I'm going to hand it back over to the host of the most, Mr. Eddie Cypher.
All right, y'all. This has been a real fun episode, man. This is actually the first episode I didn't interview people, so I feel happy. It's 46 minutes, my longest episode. Usually my episodes are like 15 minutes. So appreciate it. But signing off, man. This is Eddie Cypher for the Producers Dojo podcast. You got anything else?
Before we go, you know what I'm saying, let's all let everybody know where we can find each other. You know what I'm saying? I know with me on all platforms at Lyte Lyfe. That's LYTELYFE 2020 on everything.
For me, Outkast Vinyl Products. As of right now, you can find me on Facebook. Outkast Vinyl Products. You can find my business page. Also working on creating my TikTok, Outkast96 as of right now, but building from there.
Shoot, dang, I don't forget my Twitter, but y'all can find me on Instagram at The Real King Versatile. I don't know, because I do use my Twitter. I actually use mine. Plus, it's going to be where I put out like teasers for like my apparel and music and poetry stuff and so.
I got you.
I forgot it, but Twitter, The Real King Versatile.
I don't have anything. Me personally, as always, just like everybody here, strive. One foot in front of the next, and be everything that you can be, as well as, always look forward. Keep your chin up. Never tuck your head, because you can never see opportunities. So look for the opportunities. You can get what you get.
Keep on keeping on.
Exactly. Keep on keeping on.
And last but not least,
you can find me on my Instagram, BGeeks LLC, and pretty much just click the link and you can find everything else.
There we go.
All in one spot. So
there we go.
all right, signing off.